place that I go. Always gotta say a prayer for this life that I chose. It ain't easy trying to take it one day at a time, but I'ma always see the light at the end of the road. I ain't been on tour, but I'm a worldwide tourist. I ain't gon' stop till I make it to the Forbes list. Been around the world, seen it all, I ain't new to this. I've been on my way to the top, I ain't losing it. I ain't been on tour, but I'm a worldwide tourist. I ain't gon' stop till I make it to the Forbes list. Been around the world, seen it all, I ain't new to this. I've been on my way to the top, I ain't losing it, no. Hey, this life is what you make it, you got one shot. The clock gon' keep ticking, I'ma give it all I got. Cause I don't wanna think about what could've been. I would rather do it first than reminisce at the end. I got this voice in my head that always got me second guessing. It's trying to hold me back, but nah, I'm never gon' let them. There's a lot I gotta do before I make it to heaven. So I'ma get up off my ass, go and make it all happen. Ain't nobody working harder, I can promise you that. See the water overflowing when I look at my glass. And no matter the result, I got my foot on the gas. I ain't never slowing down, I like to live life fast. I ain't been on tour, but I'm a worldwide tourist. I ain't gon' stop till I make it to the Forbes list. Been around the world, seen it all, I ain't new to this. I've been on my way to the top, I ain't losing it. I ain't been on tour, but I'm a worldwide tourist. I ain't gon' stop till I make it to the Forbes list. Been around the world, seen it all, I ain't new to this. I've been on my way to the top, I ain't losing it, no. You've been acting like a stranger, said you see me later, but you never call back. I've been getting faded, running out of patience, but I know it's alright. I'll just keep on waiting till you come ride with me, girl. You can vibe with me, girl. Touch the sky with me, fly with me, girl. You too pretty for these other guys. Tonight, you can just call me up, tell me when you're ready and I'm pulling up. Waiting outside in a blacked out Benz, busy for the night, just tell your friends. Anything you want and you know I got it. Everything on me, don't reach for your pocket. I know you a good girl, never do you wrong. Living in my own world, busy making songs, thinking about you every day, wishing that everything would go my way. But I've been searching and searching again. I'm looking for love, I'm not looking for friends. Wondering if you really might be the one. You know that you perfect, you shine like the sun. You making me chase it, you know that I run. I'm never gonna stop till I stop having fun, ayy. You've been acting like a stranger, said you see me later, but you never call back. I've been getting faded, running out of patience, but I know it's alright. I'll just keep on waiting till you come ride with me, girl. You can vibe with me, girl. Touch the sky with me, fly with me, girl. You too pretty for these other guys. We gon' have some fun tonight.
Pretty young thing, that's my PYT. You should go and do your thing, just don't forget about me. Cause baby, I can't stop you. Both probably out here wildin'. Long as you know I got you, and you the one I ride with. I'm tryna put in work, put the gas to the flow like skirt. Pull through, I might swerve, I know your worth. Splash is a gift and a curse, let me hit it all night like dirt. Just hit my line, baby, come catch a vibe, maybe. I've been waiting on you way too long.
You've been acting like a stranger, said you see me later, but you never call back. I've been getting faded, running out of patience, but I know it's alright. I'll just keep on waiting till you come ride with me, girl. You can vibe with me, girl. Touch the sky with me, fly with me, girl. You too pretty for these other guys. We gon' have some fun tonight. feeling kinda lonely. I don't wanna talk cause nobody really know me. Carrying a lot on my shoulders and I know that I'm alone. I've been dealing with my nightmares every time I'm looking and it's right there. I cannot hide from anything, I gotta let it go. I be pushing them away, I guess I'm better by myself. I be trying to put a finger on it, but it's hard to tell what the problem is. Fighting my way out of it, I ain't giving up because I came a little too far to quit. Yeah, they say that time heals everything, I waited for a while trying to fit into my shoes. Bet you couldn't walk a mile cause this life ain't what it seems. I think the devil got a hold of me, yeah. I've been feeling kinda lonely. I don't wanna talk cause nobody really know me. Carrying a lot on my shoulders and I know that I'm alone. I've been dealing with my nightmares every time I'm looking and it's right there. I cannot hide from anything, I gotta let it go. I think success is like a drug and I cannot get enough. I be trying to say I'm good, but I'm calling my own bluff. I done seen a lot of highs, but I visit rock bottom every once in a while. I be feeling like I'm nothing. I be trying to get outside of my own head, it's my enemy. Talking to that voice, hearing everything is said to me. Tell me I'm not good enough or tell me I'm the greatest. It be going back and forth depending on whatever day it is. I've been feeling kinda lonely. I don't wanna talk cause nobody really know me. Carrying a lot on my shoulders and I know that I'm alone. I've been dealing with my nightmares every time I'm looking and it's right there. I cannot hide from anything, I gotta let it go. Look at me now, I did it all, they wondering how. Come to my city and copy my style. They wanna be me, that ain't allowed. I never wanna be part of the crowd. Good on my own, don't need them around. I beat them all, now they wanna test me. I be a legend like Lionel Messi. I be a legend like Lionel Messi. I be a legend like Lionel Messi. Look at me now, I did it all, they wondering how. Look at me now, I did it all, they wondering how. I never wanna be part of the crowd. Good on my own, don't need them around. I beat them all, now they wanna test me. I be a legend like Lionel Messi. I be a legend like Lionel Messi. I be a legend like Lionel Messi. Look at me now, I did it all, they wondering how. Look at me now, I did it all, they wondering how. I never wanna be part of the crowd. Good on my own, don't need them around. I beat them all, now they wanna test me. I be a legend like Lionel Messi. 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 I be a legend like Lionel Messi. All I need, I just wanna get a new big house with a big gate, and that's all I need. I just wanna make sure my family good and their bills paid, and that's all I need. Look inside of my bank account and see a couple commas, that's all I need. Maybe get a few Grammys now, put them in the closet, that's all I need. I never brought someone else down or pull myself up. I'm finding beauty inside of the struggle. My life be chaotic, but I like it tough. I keep on rising like gas prices. I'm not a psychic, but I know I blow up. More money means more problems, but I'll take them all for the people I love. This ain't no overnight. I started rapping while they were still cranking that Soldier Boy. Hop on another flight. Go see my family and tell them they don't gotta worry. I promise I'll be alright. Moved to Miami and told them that when I come back there won't be any colder nights. Everyone counting on me while I'm rolling the dice. All I need, I just wanna get a new big house with a big gate, and that's all I need. I just wanna make sure my family good and their bills paid, and that's all I need. Look inside of my bank account and see a couple commas, that's all I need. Maybe get a few Grammys now, put them in the closet, that's all I need. I just wanna get a new big house with a big gate, and that's all I need. I just wanna make sure my family good and their bills paid, and that's all I need. Look inside of my bank account and see a couple commas, that's all I need. Maybe get a few Grammys now, put them in the closet, that's all I need. I'm losing sleep on the regular. I did everything that I said I would, but I'm not satisfied till I can get enough. I need my parents retired, a crib on an island, then I can hang it up. The government taxing me hundreds of thousands. I just bought them a new Bentley truck. I still remember the early days, back when nobody was pressing play. I think the younger me still amazed, but he knew I'd get it done anyways. I know the road is still being paved. I can't be out here just switching lanes. I've been cementing my spot in the game. I don't got too much that I need to explain. I say all I need, I just wanna get a new big house with a big gate, and that's all I need. I just wanna make sure my family good and their bills paid, and that's all I need. Look inside of my bank account and see a couple commas, that's all I
Good morning, good afternoon, and morning, afternoon, evening. That was the one I missed. Evening, everybody. Welcome to Friday Tea with a Hacker. Oh my God. Like I love this. Like we're talking over in YouTube. They're talking about the pre-stream music. I actually love the art of like trying to figure out what music I'm gonna play to get hyped and pumped on Friday. So I'm glad you guys like the music. What a week it has been. I've got a lot to talk to you guys about today, but of note, this is going to be an abbreviated stream. We're going to cut it off at probably 1 hour and 15 minutes. So 1 hour and 15 minutes from now, 60, 70, 75 minutes, right? So we're going to start the countdown, 75 minutes. I do have a meeting that's happening at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time that I can't miss. And so if you're dabbling on like whether to submit a question, whether you got something you want to ask, my high recommendations are that you do not wait. You drop them into chat right now. You let Beardset grab those questions and put them into queue. We're going to try to smash through as many questions as humanly possible today because we do have the abbreviated stream. Okay. But we will hit everything that we can. So welcome everybody to Friday Morning's Tea with a Hacker. Good to see you this morning. It's been yet another crazy week. Real quick on the rules. This is our Friday morning AMA stream. Just rules real quick for anybody who's new to chat. We are streaming live across LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and X. We do have moderators in chat. Moderators are here to keep chat free of any racist, sexist, misogynistic, elitist, and otherwise toxic behavior with a zero tolerance policy for that type of stuff in chat. Moderators do love to use their ban hammer if you are kind of out of line against those rules. I do trust my moderators explicitly. I actually don't control any of that type of moderation activity, and so if you do have an issue with the moderators, make sure you familiarize yourself with how to DM them either in Twitch or YouTube, or you go ahead and hit that exclamation point Discord link. Join into our Discord so that you can talk to a moderator. Good to see good to see some of my VIPs in chat. Fix-It42, good to see you this morning. Fuck, it's good to see you this morning as well. Hope your crypto portfolio is doing good, buddy. With that being said, reminder on Discords, because we are cross-streaming across multiple platforms, Discord is the place for all giveaways. And that'll lead me here to my next thing here in a little bit. So make sure that you are in Discord. If you don't have the Discord link, we'll make sure that it gets populated into the respective platforms so that you can hop in and join Discord. But you do want to be in Discord. You do want to be in the giveaways channel. You do want to make sure you got that giveaway notification turned on. This is our Friday morning AMA stream, we highly encourage questions. AMA stands for Ask Me Anything. Literally anything. Cybersecurity related, hacking related, blue team related, CISO related, golf related. I see Outcast is working on his face control with his irons, to which BeardSec thought that was an incredibly violent statement. I promise you BeardSec won't ban you for that statement. BeardSec, golf can be rather violent. Golf can be rather violent. As our AMA stream, we do encourage at any point in time to drop the question into chat. What happens is, as questions get dropped into chat, we've got APIs that are connected into the platforms. They get thrown into a giant queue. As those questions get drawn into a giant queue, moderators will see the question and they'll push one up on the stream, similar to this comment that's pushed up here on screen. And I'll be like, oh my gosh, there's a comment on screen. Shout out to Neal. Was that a goat? I can't see what that is. I don't know. He's the something. I don't know if that's a dog or a llama or a goat. I can't really tell. Thank you, Evan, for the shout out. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much for that. But ask your questions at any point in time. There is no rhyme or reason or order in which we get to questions. So don't worry if you don't get your question asked. We do these types of streams every Friday. But also, this is also why Discord is important. If I don't answer your question, I guarantee you there are 5,000 people in Discord who would absolutely love to answer your question. That's the reason why we have a community. And so I encourage you to chat, chill, and come hang out with the community. With that being said, I want to apologize first and foremost for yesterday's stream getting canceled. For those people who are awesome and joined the pre-stream queues. I absolutely appreciate you all joining the pre-stream queues and then coming to find out that the stream got canceled yesterday. Unfortunately, hashtag Startup life, I was dealing with an emergent customer issue that I could not pull myself away from, and we had to make a last-minute decision. But hopefully you saw the advertisements go out. I'd kind of alluded to the stream that we were going to have last week. We're going to have a CISO. His name's Rudy Ristich. He's an amazing CISO. I've chatted with him quite a lot. He's a CISO for Avant. He's going to come on, and we're going to talk about, and this is going to be super important for a lot of you, we're going to talk about how CISOs make decisions. Things like, why don't people just patch X? Things like, why can't I just have $5 million a year for this EDR tool? Things like that, right? We're going to talk about how those purchasing decisions are made, how those risk decisions are made, and hopefully impart upon you what you need to understand, that as you go and you talk about that vulnerability, or you go and talk about that pen test, or you go and talk about that threat actor, or you go and talk about this latest 0-day that hits the wire, so that you can understand how to convey that stuff to those appropriate people. So make sure you do tune in next Thursday for Sec Data Ops. Get that question, that burning question in your mind answered. Absolutely love that. So with that being said, on the giveaway topic, want to make everybody aware, hear it here first. Since I canceled the stream yesterday, I'm going to hold myself accountable, regardless of whether it was the fact that I was dealing with a customer issue or not. I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy some vouchers from either Try Hack Me or Hack the Box. I'll kind of go and look and see what we've got. I'm going to go out and buy some vouchers, and we're going to do some giveaways next week. So Tuesday is going to end up being a 3-stream week next week. Tuesday, we'll have the threat brief. All right, so Jason and I will be on Tuesday doing the threat brief. You're going to make sure you want to tune in on Tuesday at 11 for the threat brief, Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, we'll have Sec Data Ops with Rudy Ristich talking about how CISOs make buying decisions. So you want to tune in for that one. And then on Friday, we will have Tea with a Hacker. There will be giveaways next week. I'm meeting with Jason a little bit later today. We'll find out if BitLift's going to Going to sponsor some more giveaways. If they do, we'll do those on Tuesday, and then I'll do mine potentially Thursday or Friday as part of those streams. But we will have giveaways multiple times, at least one time, hopefully multiple times next week. But since I canceled the stream, that's my promise back to you. We'll give something away next week. So I appreciate everybody staying awesome and being here for that. All right. I think, speaking of, so I do keep the questions coming. So every morning I've got like a routine where I kind of like, I scroll the socials and I look for things that I think are interesting to bring up. We may get questions on them, we may not. One of the cases was somebody a couple weeks ago had asked me, how do I believe that these North Korean hackers are getting away with applying to jobs at American companies and basically hacking them from the inside for American companies. I saw a very awesome write-up where somebody was able to record apparently a video showing how North Korean hackers were using AIs to basically create almost a live deep fake persona during the Zoom call, and using voice masking to fool the interviewer as part of that process. And so that led me down a rabbit hole. Where was the other one that I talked about? Where I managed to find, now hear me out on this. I managed to find on LinkedIn, there was a recruiter who was reaching out to people, and I'll read you the post that they were sending to people in their DMs on LinkedIn. It said, "Are you interested in extra income or a job change? We are seeking a senior full stack developer with at least 8 years of experience." But then the very next line says, "This is not a development role. You will take job hunting interviews as an individual candidate instead of my developers to secure jobs with given profiles and resumes." Right? And so what they're basically doing is they're basically hunting for these people who may have some questionable ethics on there, right? Who will absolutely, like you've got me, and let's say that I took them up on this, right? And I would do this. So they would pay me $1,000, $1,500, who knows? I forgot what they were offering this person to do this. They would pay them some amount of money, and then I would get a profile of a developer, whatever this person's developer is. I have no idea about them, with whatever their skill sets are. I would basically assume that persona, and I would go do an interview as that person in order to try to get a job on behalf of this developer. So we talked about the North Korean hackers a little bit. Some details have kind of emerged from that, and I was able to put a couple of stories together, and that's ultimately some of the job fraud that you're seeing. And this is probably also why there's a lot of these ghost jobs that exist out there, which is also kind of like why it gets to be so hard to find jobs. And that one kind of brings me to, there's still horrible marketplace out there when it comes to jobs. I can't even begin to stress that enough. Like, the job market is not great out there. Did I see one? I thought I saw another one. I thought I'd copied this one down. It's just fundamentally, the job market's just not in a super great place. We talked about community here a little bit. There was another post that I found on LinkedIn from a good friend of mine, Chris Roberts. Chris has actually been on stream. We had Chris Roberts on a couple years back when we did the massive U.S. Cyber Games live stream. Chris is an amazing, eccentric individual. And he went on a rant. I love Chris's rants. If you don't know Chris, definitely go out and follow Chris Roberts. He's an amazing individual. But he went on a rant about large conferences. When I say large conferences, I'm talking about things like RSA, Black Hat, DEF CON, right? Any of these very, very large conferences that, unfortunately, in this industry, everybody has this persona that those have to be the conferences that everybody goes to. The amount of times that we've gotten asked in this chat, right? about attending Black Hat. I've done videos with David Bombal about attending Black Hat and DEF CON. I've ranted about attending Black Hat and DEF CON. Also happy to continue to answer questions about Black Hat and DEF CON in the stream, so don't give me jade on this. But, he goes on this rant, recently about the big conferences, and he makes some very valid points that I want to kind of talk about, right? And these are some of the things that we've talked about here on this stream, and I've got my phone up here. I'm reading them off of some notes that I took here, so that's why I keep looking down, as I've got some notes here to remind myself. But one of the biggest ones, right, is that a lot of these large conferences, right, are pay-to-play mentality. What do we mean by pay-to-play mentality, right? The pay-to-play mentality is that there are vendors at these conferences, right? RSA, Black Hat, DEF CON, all three of these big conferences, vendors pay these conference promoters to have booths at their conference. Some of these booths can get rather pricey. As somebody who has worked for companies who have tried to put booths into RSA, Black Hat, and DEF CON, we're talking $50,000, $100,000, $250,000 for some of these booths that go into these conferences, right? Let me be the first to say that money never makes it to a speaker. The speakers that you see at Black Hat, DEF CON, RSA are not paid to be there. They volunteer in hopes of getting accepted to go speak at these conferences, but that money goes directly to the conference promoters. Okay? Right? So there's a lot of pay to play that happens in those big conferences, right? And then they talk about the money, there's a money before mission attitude. The submission forms to speak at those conferences just for being there are miserable. And so he goes on and he talks about, because for me, the local community is so much more rewarding. And that's what I want to kind of talk about, right? Is that the local communities are really starting to pick up most of the traction when it comes to cybersecurity, networking, get-togethers, kind of that camaraderie that it comes. And this is why I want to give a huge shout out to the entire cyber insecurity community, what we have here, right? Because that's where we're seeing a lot of the success driven, a lot of the creative ideas happening is inside of those local communities. And so, right, getting into the community, when we talk about community, it's things like B-Sides, right? Go to your local B-Sides events. If you're in Chicago, right? I know Chicago does this, but Chicago has got 3 BurbSec meetups that happen once a month, right? BurbSec North, BurbSec West, and BurbSec South, right? And those BurbSec events they're basically dinners at restaurants where you get to meet and socialize and talk with cybersecurity professionals, right? In your local community. Get involved with community, okay? And this is as much of a plug for the cyber insecurity community as it is for anything else. But when you've got that small community worth of folks, it's easier for your voice to be heard. It's easier for ideas to be shared. It's oftentimes way more transparent and way less generic than some of the advice that you'll get from the bigger conferences and events. Right? So again, huge plug for community. I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I want to go to Black Hat. I want to go to DEF CON because they're the pinnacles inside of cybersecurity. Okay. I can buy off on that maybe a little bit, but don't get hung up on that. Get hung up on participating in your community. Reminder, hop into Discord, commune with your folks. Good morning to the folks who are joining over on LinkedIn. Nice to see you guys over on LinkedIn. One last thing that I took a screenshot of this morning, and I saved this one for last because I foresee this being the most controversial thing that I'll leave you with before I dump into questions, right? So keep the questions coming. We'll hit the questions here in a second, but I want to leave you with one final hot seat topic item, and I saved for last. So I'm going to pause, take a sip of my coffee. So a couple weeks ago, a good friend of mine on LinkedIn made a post on LinkedIn. It's Carla Refford. She's been on stream several times. She's a good friend of mine. I've met with her at Black Hat before. I'd love to have her back on stream before. Our paths just haven't crossed again. So I say this on all honesty and transparency. You know, if she were listening today, she had made a post about the importance of politics in cybersecurity. Now, before I say anything else, I want to remind everybody we are not a political channel. We do not make political content. We do not put political biased conversations into chat. We do not engage in politics in chat or on this stream. So be careful as you choose to respond to this content. Make sure that it is not political in nature. But she made a very good LinkedIn post where she talked about the value of politics in cybersecurity. I wanted to respond at the time, but I wasn't sure it was a topic I wanted to engage in. But then this morning on our cybersecurity on Reddit, I saw a post that said we need to have a federal cybersecurity adjacent subreddit where they were basically talking about having a different federal cybersecurity subreddit, that focuses on political implications, stories, etc., on the cybersecurity space. And I figured, okay, if I see it once, I'm willing to kind of let it go. But when I see it twice, I'm like, all right, maybe it's something that's worth addressing. And that's kind of why I want to address it with you this morning. Right? And so I want to address it. I want to keep the conversation, transparent and honest. Right? Not political. So let's just y'all keep that in mind as we engage this. But I welcome opinions and questions about this very topic. Politics' role in cybersecurity. And I'll go back to my military days, right? One of the things that I'm very grateful for, having spent, over a decade in the United States Air Force, a large portion of that with an intelligence agency like the NSA, right? The geopolitical landscape, and I say global politics, right? Not American politics, not Russian politics, not European politics, whatever the case is. The global politics do play an aspect of warfare. Hands down, period, dot. The things that happen in the world do affect our cybersecurity arena. You can understand politics at the geopolitical level, and you can understand their implications on the cybersecurity space without having a partisan take in either direction. And so I always get cautious whenever people talk about we need to have a conversation about politics and cyber, because almost everybody immediately goes down the path that wants to take a partisan approach to politics and cyber. And I don't think that that's the healthiest conversation that we can have over the implications of the political landscape in cyber, if that distinction makes sense to you all, right? What do I mean by that? Decisions are made every day, regardless of party affiliation, regardless of intent, regardless of narrative, regardless of propaganda. Decisions are made every day that affect the cybersecurity posture of every nation state and potentially every company inside of that operates inside that nation state. Those decisions happen daily, regardless of who's in power, regardless of what those political motivations are, and regardless of mainstream spin. The challenge that I think most people get into when they try to correlate political stuff with cybersecurity is they try to make it partisan. My encouragement to you is to treat it just like another intel source, right? Understand that what you see and what you hear is only the external image of what's really happening. And what's really happening is so far underneath the surface that you may never know. And so to take a headline or to take an outwardly facing statement and try to make a broad sweeping cybersecurity fact out of it is impossible in this current cybersecurity landscape. Period, dot, into discussion. We'll use the DeepSeek thing as an example, right? AI is here to stay. Period. Dot. End of discussion. Fight me, bro, on it, right? If you'd asked me this 5 years ago when we started streaming, I'd have laughed you out of the building. Today, I'm an advocate. You can go back and look at any stream that I've done over the last 5 years. I used to be very, very bearish on AI. AI is here to stay. But we can unequivocally look and see that banning TikTok because it's a Chinese-based company or a Chinese-owned company was nothing more than political theater and had absolutely nothing to do with true privacy concerns because there was no rush to ban DeepSeek AI. And so we don't use that to turn around and say, what is our political stance on that? What we turn around and say, maybe we've got the idea of privacy wrong when it comes to TikTok. Or maybe we have it wrong when it comes to DeepSeek. Or maybe we have it wrong when it comes to AI. Or maybe we're right. But you saw how DeepSeek was still allowed to be listed on Apple's App Store, and millions of people downloaded it to start using it within the first day of it being out there. And so your mind needs to disassociate the spin and the politics from it being just another intel source that you use to drive your cybersecurity learnings and your cybersecurity strategies on. So, I'll leave it at that. Happy to talk more about it. I do think that, like, and that's why, like, we encourage the conversation. We encourage you to bring conversations of geopolitical nature as it relates to cybersecurity into chat, but leave the politics at the door, because I do think it is so important for us to talk about the geopolitical impact of things that happen around us as we go to execute on our cybersecurity thought process and our cybersecurity strategies. But that's the end of the role of politics in cybersecurity, in my mind. Just because this is relevant, Minibach in Twitch chat says, or maybe we were wrong about OpenAI. If you're going to ban DeepSeek, ban OpenAI. I don't think that you can ban AI. Let me say that. I do not think that you can ban AI. That train has left the station. That train has left the station. AI is here to stay, right? Those models, OpenAI, DeepSeek, Gemini, right, Claude, those models, I saw an interesting read the other day. That said that Meta, I've not confirmed or denied this. This is not me, saying that this is unequivocally true, so I've not confirmed or denied this, but I will share the reading that I read. Meta used torrent sites to illegally scrape books that it used to feed its model. That has already happened. So banning OpenAI, banning Gemini, banning any of that stuff, that horse has already left the stable. And now to your questions. All right, let's hit some questions. Shieldware over on Twitch says, what certifications are worthy to go for? 0. No certifications are worthy. No certifications are worthy. That's obviously soapbox cynical Neal saying that. You should chase knowledge, not certs. You should chase knowledge, not certs. What do I mean by that? That means that, like, if you want to go learn hacking, there are 401 YouTube videos that can all tell you lots of awesome stuff. Like, listen, the reason that hacking is so easy to get into is because there's so much free content out there. Period, dot, end of discussion. I've said this before, I'll say it 1,000 times. There's nothing anybody can teach you that's magic sauce about hacking. Right? And so with that, certifications are only designed to separate you from your money with a perceived sense of value. I love it. Cybercode in Twitch chat, that's the best one. The only cert worth chasing, that's perfectly said, are the ones your company pays for. Absolutely. 100%. This is I love it. So this is what I love about this, right? This is why we do this interactive. Absolutely. Challenge me. I love it. I love it. We love having an open conversation here. I've been in this industry for well over 25 years. I don't have an ego on this stuff. I absolutely am okay with you not believing me. This is my opinion based on my years of experience. Think about the people who say that you need Security Plus, A Plus, Network Plus minimum. Who's saying that? Is it boot camp companies because they're trying to sell you a $10,000 boot camp? Is it influencers who need to put clicks out there to get views? Is it people who are sponsored by CompTIA and EC Council and ISC Squared that need to get their kickbacks? Right? Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, are those real people in the industry who are telling you that those things have value? Or are you believing somebody else's hype machine? Because again, this goes back to listen, social media is fake. If I got to be the first to tell you that, if you're hearing it from me for the first time, I'm sorry to break your heart. Social media is fake. Right? And so a lot of like when people say, come take my course, come take my 0 to hero course on how to ace your A plus, Net plus, Security plus, that should immediately disqualify their opinion 100%. Right? Period, dot, end of discussion. What I will agree with you on is that the content of those certs, to an extent, are things you should know. But hear the words that I'm saying. Should you know networking? Yes, absolutely. Should you understand computers? Yes, please. Should you understand security fundamentals? Absolutely, 100%. But you do not need to take those certs to gain that knowledge. Like you will never, like listen, and again, for context and reference, I built with conjunction with a ton of other really smart people, the first functional training unit in the Air Force for offensive cyber, where we partnered with EC Council and SANS Institute. I worked with the SANS Institute to create the .mil course for GCIH, right, and GPIN to teach military-specific constructs to marry against the 8570 standard, right? I was a SANS instructor for 5 years, right? I was chief content officer at INE, right? So I've been in this business. I've been on the delivery side of this industry, right? And so my opinion is derived from that. My opinion is derived from that experience in that industry. I would never tell you to go pay out of your own pocket for a SANS course because it's not valuable. I absolutely wouldn't tell you to go pay out of your own pocket for a Sec Plus, Net Plus, and an A Plus. I definitely wouldn't tell you to go pay. Do not go pay $10,000 to a boot camp simply for them to sit you down and give you A Plus, Sec Plus, and Network Plus training material. That is a giant waste of time and money. Right? Most of the knowledge that you can get in this industry, I would argue to say 99.9% of the knowledge you can get in this industry is available for free online. Sonic, coming in hot for your SOC interview next week. Good luck to you. Hope you get it. Any last minute tips for my internal review for a SOC position? Focus on crisis management, right? Right? Focus on crisis management. The most awesome part about a good SOC analyst, in my opinion, is their ability to work well in a crisis. Absolutely, Dosco. 700 hours of free cybersecurity coursework from Cisco. I posted one up on X. Go find my post from X last week. Free Microsoft training on AI. I do a video on this like at least once a month, right? Do the free stuff first. Do the free stuff first. Twitch coming in. Hi, I'm just 1 month to go for learning basics for cybersecurity. What advice you can give me to learn forward to get a job easier? If you want to get a job easier in this marketplace, this is going to again upset a lot of you, and I get it. I understand that this isn't what you think all the influencers are telling you out there. If you want to get ahead in this job market, say it with me in chat. Network. Right? Hit that exclamation point, LinkedIn in chat. Do my 1,000 Connect challenge. Make friends in the industry. Network in the industry. Put content out there in the world as a digital resume. If you are not embracing a digital resume for yourself, and I don't mean a web page that's got your skills and experience. If you're not doing labs, documenting that journey, posting that journey where people can see it and can attest to your skill sets remotely, you are miles behind your competition today. You are miles behind your competition. Let's talk, let's remind you how the job process goes. Right? Let's level set some facts. Everybody wants to be in cybersecurity. I think we can all agree on that. Everybody wants to be in cybersecurity. Everybody loves this career field. There's lots of money to be made in it. I'm not even going to lie to you. There's a ton of money to be made in this industry. It is truly transformative, and we do some kick-ass shit. Right? Clip that. We do some awesome shit in cyber. So there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of competition in cyber for jobs, right? And this gets back to the A+, Net+, Sec+. Listen to me. Those who are skeptical of what I said about certs, if everybody is telling you to get A+, Sec+, and Net+, how valuable is that? Realistically, how valuable is it? If there are 1 million people in the job market and 1 million people have A+, Sec+, and Net+, how much of a differentiator do you think that is? 0. So let's talk about the job process so that you all are insanely aware of how the job process goes. Because of how competitive this industry is, because of how many people want to get into this industry, right? I know as a hiring manager that as soon as I put a job posting up, I'll have 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 resumes in my inbox within 24 hours. I know it'll happen. Hands down. So you know what I'm going to do first? Right? And this is not just me. If you talk to hiring managers, this is how it happens. When they are authorized internally to open up a job rec, the first thing they do as a hiring manager is they go to the people that are in their network that they know best, that they want to hire. Hey, Joe, I just got a rec opened up for this awesome threat hunter role. I know you've been at your company for like 5 years. I know you're looking for some excitement. This is the excitement I got going on. Are you looking to make a jump? Oh, you're not? You're happy there? Cool, that's fine. I trust you. Do you got anybody that you know that you would recommend for this role? Oh, you got a couple people? Yeah, if you could set me up with some intros, that'd be great. Cool, I'll talk to you later. Boom. I just gave you the phone call that almost every hiring manager who's ever hired for a cybersecurity role has had at least once in their hiring process. That happens before the job posting ever hits the website, ever hits LinkedIn. So with that conversation in mind, what do you think you should be focused on if you want to get a job in this industry? Matt Anthony hanging out with me over on LinkedIn. Preach. I absolutely love it. Right? And listen, that's not nepotism. Let's unequivocally say this up front. That is not nepotism. If I'm asked to build a golf team, if I'm asked to build a foursome golf team, do you think that I'm going to put an open invite out to just anybody if I want to ensure that I'm going to win? No. I'm going to call 3 of the best golfers I know and try to absolutely convince them to come to my team. I'm going to look for people who are better than me, who are going to help me succeed. Hiring is no different. Hiring is no different. I've got to build a kick-ass cybersecurity function. I've got to build a kick-ass cybersecurity team. I'm going to start with experts that I know are going to come in, that I trust, that I've worked with, that are going to help me make something awesome. Right? Rachia Perry over on LinkedIn. All my jobs have been a result of my network. It's the first place hiring managers look. And then Matt Anthony chiming in. It is the lowest risk hiring path. Absolutely. Both of those things are true. And so if you're hearing this and you're like, what technical thing do I need to do to make it easier to get a job? You're already focused on the wrong thing. You're already focused on the wrong thing. I love this counter argument. Thank you for bringing this up. Let's hit this because, again, I love the back and forth, especially with live chats. Again, this is one of the advantages of this chat being live. This is one of the reasons why I don't like doing YouTube videos is I love to interact with chat. Right? The counter argument to networking is that most of the cybersecurity personnel I know, including me, avoid social media networking due to social engineering. Most cybersecurity people are paranoid, which is a good thing. If you think that networking is all about social media, you miss the point of networking. There are lots of people that I network with right here on this device where I just pick up the phone and I call them or I text them. Right? Networking isn't about social media. Isn't exclusively about social media. Right? If you think that's what networking is, you're missing the point of networking. When I just talked about going and getting involved in community, that's networking. Hold on. Where are my folks in chat? Where's Panzer Tank? Where's Maz? Where's Net Frazier? Net Frazier, I saw you in chat earlier. Net Frazier is literally the worst LinkedIner in the world. Right? He was one of the first roasted resumes that I did live on stream. He'd been watching the stream for 6 months. He asked me to roast his resume live, and he basically did nothing that I had recommended to be done on his LinkedIn. I literally unfriended him right there on the spot. Literally the worst LinkedIner. Okay, BeardSec may be the next worst LinkedIner. Either way, it was bad. It was bad. But you know what Ned Frazier did? He was active in the community. He talked to me. He volunteered to help. He participated in growing cyber insecurity to what it is today. And as a result, when I know I need to call somebody with an expert opinion on something, I'll call Chris. Ask Chris how many times I've been driving to a golf tournament and I'll have an idea and I'll pick up the phone and I'll call Chris. Right? Networking isn't always about social media. If you think that networking is social media, you're missing the point of networking. Networking is about building relationships in a circle and figuring out how to cultivate those and make the most of a bi-directional relationship. You can always tell when the caffeine hits in the morning. You can always tell when the caffeine hits in the morning. Oh, I love it. I love it. This is what I absolutely love about hanging out with you all in the morning. I love the interaction. I love the chat. This is a great one, right? Since we're on the topic of certs, let's just pull this one a little bit. Certs are one thing, but what about licenses? For example, I'm looking at private investigator license to market myself as an OSINT forensic consultant. Would you recommend for or against that? Vastly different question, vastly different answer. I think this is an excellent strategy. 10 of 10 approves. Licenses are vastly different than certs, right? Licenses are vastly different than certs. And I do think, like, I've seen this strategy work a couple of times. And so I do actually support this strategy. I've considered it myself. I've actually looked at the private investigator license requirements here in North Carolina to see what it would take to get a private investigator license so that, yes, I could have a license attached to doing some OSINT investigations for folks. Absolutely. So this is one of those cases. This is different. And here's why, right? Here's why. Because licenses, when we talk about registered nurses, when we talk about lawyers, right? The bar, we talk about medical licenses, we talk about pilots' licenses. Licenses have national standards with national rules that are universally accepted by the bodies as a minimum height that you must attain to be ethical and qualified. And because of the predominance of the cert industry, anybody out here right now can go grift on the cert industry today. You can go out to Teachable. You can stand up a Teachable platform. You can make yourself an ethical hacking course. You can drop it on Udemy. And you can start grifting your cert today, and there is zero standard for what that cert has to do. And it is because of that alone that I absolutely rail on certs. Right? But licenses, on the other hand, licenses have to meet an organizational standard. That's why this strategy, pull, root, repeat, you get the 2 thumbs up, 10 of 10, Neal approves. Again, love our Friday morning AMAs. This is another example of truly the definition of an AMA, and I absolutely love when you guys ask me any questions about anything, any topic, anywhere in the world. What's your favorite golf quote that applies to cyber? The favorite golf quote that applies to cyber is that golf is a game of mistakes. Golf is a game of mistakes. Where's Mike Bluesky in my LinkedIn chat? That is the most relatable cybersecurity quote out there. Right? In golf, I practiced the other night. I was working on my driver swing. I'm trying to get some more speed out of my driver. 165 mile per hour ball speed is what I'm trying to get to, right? And so I'm in there, I'm 500 swings deep in trying to find speed, right? I find it, I take pictures of it, manage to get 162 mile per hour ball speed, pretty repeatable. I'm going to go practice that. I'm going to go practice that feel. I'm going to go practice what that's like. I'm going to go practice what it is to hit it off the tee box at 165 miles an hour. When tournament time comes, I'll get one chance on that tee box, that first time, to repeat that same process. And it's going to be a mistake. And this is why it's relatable to cybersecurity, because this is very equatable to that. Hackers only have to be right once. Defenders have to be right every single time. And when you have to be right every single time, you're never right. You're never right. Cybersecurity is a game of mistakes. You can do your best to put firewalls, WAF rules, user education. You could put that stuff, implement that stuff all day long. You could spend $1 trillion on cybersecurity as an enterprise and an organization. And one bad mistake ruins all of that. So that's my favorite golf quote. Golf is a game of mistakes and it is so immensely applicable to cybersecurity. What do you think is a good way to answer a technical question in an interview when you don't know the answer? I had a hiring manager ask me a question related to malware analysis and I hesitated a bit and I think it hurt me a bit. The biggest mistake you can make in an interview is to pretend like you know something that you don't know. Period, dot, end of discussion. If you pretend when you get asked a hard question, like you're hunting for an answer. Oh, there was actually this, I didn't want to bring this one up, but I will on this topic, right? Hiring managers are now starting to call people out for doing that little trick where they've got a Zoom window up for an interview and they've got a phone or an iPad right underneath it with ChatGPT. And they do the thing where the interviewer asks a question, the interviewee pauses, ChatGPT responds to it, and the interviewee reads the answer off ChatGPT. The game is up, folks. The game is up. Do not do that, right? They have caught on to what that's like to allow ChatGPT to answer your interview questions, right? Outcast, I know you put a lull behind that, and I appreciate it. There is a moniker in this industry that's like you fake it till you make it, right? The time is not during the interview process to fake it till you make it, right? That's not the time. The interviewer doesn't want to see you fake it till you make it in the interview. And Beardsec hits the nail on the head. It is okay to say, I don't know. But you should quickly follow up with it with, but I will absolutely get you an answer and respond to you this afternoon with the answer. You should demonstrate when you don't know something in an interview that you will make a commitment to solve the answer to the question, and you will commit to following up, and then you will execute on that follow-up with the hiring manager. And if you don't immediately see the value you bring to an organization when you do that, you're missing the point of the interview. The point of the interview isn't to find out if you know everything I'm going to ask you. The point of the interview is to find out is, can I trust you? And if you don't know, can I trust you to find out? And bring me the best solution. That's the point of the interview. Don't panic if you don't know the answer. I know you say in here that you hesitated a bit. I don't think hesitation hurts you. You ever heard the statement? There's a colloquialism, right? It's not what your response is, it's how you respond. Right? It's not whether you know or don't know. It's how do you handle that scenario that you have been asked something that you don't know about. That's what the interviewer is looking for. Absolutely, Winter Jolt. Saying I don't know goes a long, long way. It's 9:24. I'm going to smash through a couple more questions. We only got about, I'm going to push this to 9:45. I'll push this about 15 more minutes. Reminder to get your questions in. There's a few in chat. I'm going to try to smash through them as quickly as possible. I'll try to reduce the soapboxes unless anything really tips me over the edge. Reminder, we got a 3-stream week next week. We've got a Threat Brief on Tuesday. We've got Sec Data Ops on Thursday and Tea with a Hacker on Friday. We will be doing giveaways. Make sure you're in Discord. Hit that exclamation point Discord in Twitch, and we'll get a link copied over for Discord over on YouTube. Welcome everybody to Friday morning Tea with a Hacker. My name is Neal Bridges, and I appreciate all y'all being awesome. Any good cybersecurity news websites? No, I hate the cybersecurity news websites. Listen, you may not like X, Twitter, whatever the case is. You may not like it, but hands down, X, Bluesky, and Reddit are the best places these days to get news. Fight me, bro. Where are all the young tech aspiring entrepreneurs hanging out other than Silicon Valley? Austin, Texas, Raleigh, North Carolina, and Tampa, Florida, believe it or not. Thank you, BeardSec. I forgot about Mastodon as well. Austin, Texas is a great place for tech entrepreneurs. I'm not on Mastodon, but you can find me on X, you can find me on Bluesky. Love the AMAs. Hey, Neal, are you watching the Super Bowl this weekend? Probably not. I may watch it for the commercials, but it'll kind of be like on the iPad here. You'll either catch me in Cyber Insecurity chat. You may catch me in the simulator hanging out. Don't know. I may have it on in the background. I don't really, like, I'm not a huge Super Bowl fan. Not a huge Super Bowl fan. Sorry, I know that's like those are fighting words. Who do I vote for the birds? Do I go for the? Let me ask you this in chat. If I'm gonna put $10 on the Super Bowl in DraftKings, this is not an endorsement for DraftKings, but I do like to dabble and play around with a little bit of funny money in DraftKings. If I was gonna put $10 down, I'll let the community decide where I put $10 down. Can we get a poll up in Twitch chat, BeardSec? Put a poll up in Twitch chat. We'll put a poll up in Twitch chat. Everybody vote. Whatever wins the poll in Twitch chat for who I should put $10 on the Super Bowl, I'll take, if we win, whatever money we win from that $10, we'll buy giveaways for the stream. We'll buy giveaways for the stream with any money that we won. That's my promise to you. So lots of giveaways. You get giveaways. I need an Oprah meme for that. If we put away the how to get knowledge to do transition from, let's say, military to civilian world in cybersecurity, not just the hacking trend, how do you show potential employer experience? Document, 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 right? Whether that documentation comes in the form of blogs, whether that documentation comes in the form of YouTube videos, whether that documentation comes in the form of, I don't care, right? Find some way to showcase your how in a way that you can use as a digital resume. This is what I talked about before. The poll's up now on Twitch chat. If you want to participate in the poll over on Twitch chat, I don't know, can you do a poll over on YouTube, BeardSec? I think you can. God, you're so bad. There's a little plus down at the corner. Little plus says, look, start a poll. It's right there. Damn right, you'll start a damn poll. Give YouTube some love. Look at that. Mommy and Daddy are fighting live on stream. I'm telling you guys, if you could hear what I hear during these streams, it would blow your socks off. Find a way to do some form of a digital portfolio or digital resume. That is fundamentally, at the end of the day, that's the how, right? That's the how. I can't stress this enough, right? There's easy ones out there, right? Teapot, right? Teapot is one that we've done on stream quite a lot, right? Right? Go out there and build you, right? Drop something. God, ADHD at its worst. Go out there, download Teapot. It's on GitHub, right? Go get you Teapot. It's a honeypot. You can do it in a distributed fashion. It's got an elk stack that's built on top of it. And so what you can effectively do is you can build a honeypot. That's content. You can then use that honeypot to do threat intelligence. That's content. Right? You can then take that, and because you have to search for the indicators in Elastic, there's your SOC experience in terms of how do you do threat hunting in Elastic. There's content. They even have a build out for how you can do distributed nodes for Teapot. There's content. And then if you want to get to like level 300, right? If you want to get to level 300, take each of the individual honeypots inside of Teapot and do them on their own. That's content, right? And when I say content, sure, you could stream on Twitch. You can do YouTube videos, but you can also write a blog. You don't want to do that stuff? Fine, write a blog. Do carousels on LinkedIn. Do funny graphics with AI. Right? The content space is massive. Find something that works for you. Stop worrying. Listen, I'm gonna get serious dad voice here in a second. Stop worrying so much, right, about what other people think. Stop worrying about whether you're good enough or not. Stop worrying about whether you should or shouldn't. Stop worrying about whether other people have done it or not. Stop worrying about all that stuff, because that's the stuff that's screwing you up in everything else that you want to do. Don't doubt yourself. You're awesome. You've always been awesome. You just need to go do it. Zamrax over on YouTube. Winter Jolt's like we're the redheaded stepchildren of the stream. You're not the redhead. I love you. I love you. I'm a pen tester for 4 years, went from junior to a team lead of pen testers, but I'm becoming tired of and less interested in pen testing. What are some options where I could pivot? Go fight the bad guys. Go fight the bad guys. If you're tired of pen testing, join the defensive side of things. You want something rewarding? There is nothing more rewarding than stopping the bad guys. Nothing more rewarding than stopping the bad guys. Hands down, period, dot. Hunting for the bad guys might be slightly more rewarding. I'll take that back. Hunting for the bad guys might be slightly more rewarding. All right, so it looks like the poll ended over on Twitch with Eagles. So the Twitch poll, like I love this, right? So here we're gonna do, because it's in the name of you know, like I said, whatever winnings we'll do, we'll put towards giveaways, right? So the Eagles won on Twitch, the Chiefs won on YouTube. So that's an interesting dichotomy that we've got is there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put $10 on the Chiefs, $10 on the Eagles. Whichever one wins, we're going to do a giveaway either way. The Distressed Druid. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Let me address this really quick. I empathize with this. I empathize with this. I feel sad that everything went from technical to network and content creation. I empathize with you. I really do. Right? I've watched this industry change a lot over the 20 plus years that I've been in it. Right? And it's been fun. It's been a ride, to say the least. Right? It's been a fun ride, to say the least. And what I'll say is, worlds change all around us. Right? You've got, first and foremost, you've got to be willing, if you want to be competitive, to change or at least adapt to the world. Bio D Payne donated $25 to our melanoma research charity. Thank you so very much for continuing to donate to the Melanoma Research Foundation. I appreciate that. Blood pain. Okay. Thank you. Here a sec. So I say that to say, we can miss and we can lament about the days that your outward facing persona, right, is less technical, perhaps, than what you have to present today. That doesn't change the fact that the work is still highly technical, right? Let's take a look at military strategy. Like, I always reference everything back to military strategy, right? We went from cannons and muskets to F-35s and drones. But warfare is still warfare, right? Warfare is still warfare. Still requires a certain set of military tactics. Sun Tzu's Art of War still plays a huge place in military tactics. That's why West Point still teaches a lot of historical battles, because those things still apply in how we conduct warfare. How we do cyber, how we think about cyber, those things don't change. What may change, what might change, is that we have different sets of eyes on us now. Right? We have a different set of eyes on us now. We have a generation that has grown up on TikTok, on Instagram Reels, with 30-second and 60-second attention spans. Like it or not, we want to be pissed off about it or not, be pissed off about it, but that is the world that we live in. And those people who are used to 60-second, TikTok reels, those are the hiring managers. Those are the HR people. Those are the people who are in charge of getting you in the door. And so if you want to fight the war on getting a job with a musket, go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. But understand that everybody else around you is fighting them with drones and F-35s. And you may not like it, and I don't fault you for it. I'm not asking you to be happy about it. My stream here isn't to encourage you to go do the latest TikTok dance trend to some cybersecurity mantra, right? I'm not asking you to do that. What I'm asking you to do is that the warfare around us, the tactics in which we interact with that warfare has changed. And if you want to succeed, sometimes you have to take an objective view on the tactics and execute for your own success, because nobody else is going to look. Nobody's going to look at you and say, "Oh, you see that guy with a musket down there? Let's all put down our long-range rifles, our 308s. Like, let's all put all our guns down. Let's get really, really close for this dude in this musket, and let's give him a shot right at us." Nobody's going to do that for you. The competition is too great, and you shouldn't expect that. Right? And so I implore you, like, I know it's annoying. Like, listen, to this day, like, as much as I'm out there on social media, I struggle with TikTok. Like, I refuse to do Flipper Zero videos on TikTok about hacking my local TV at the Walmart. Right? I refuse to do that type of shit because I think it's garbage. I think it's garbage content. Like, it would be a detriment to me. And you know what price I pay for that? The price I pay is that I don't have hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok. But I'm aware of that. Yes, fretters, the basics still apply to cybersecurity. That's why when we talk about cybersecurity, we still talk about the basics. The basics are still what get people hacked today. It's not AI. AI isn't what's getting people hacked. Right? It's not TikTok. TikTok's not getting people hacked. Right? The basis of cybersecurity are still the same. But how you have to present yourself to the world as an expert, that might change. And you just have to ask yourself at the end of the day, are you willing? Are you willing to change with it so that your voice is heard? All right. With that being said, it is 9:40. Unfortunately, I got to run. I got a meeting at the top of the hour. We got 3 streams next week. I'll let you know. We'll post on social media. Hit the exclamation point socials in chat. Follow me on all my social media platforms. I'll let you know what we're going to buy for giveaways next week. There will be 3 streams next week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Make sure you pay attention. Make sure you're in Discord. Make sure you're in the giveaways channel in Discord so that you can be eligible for a giveaway, regardless of the platform you're on, whether you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, X, or Twitch. Make sure you're in Discord so you can participate in the giveaways. And listen, I believe in every single one of you. I believe in every single one of you. I appreciate your support week in and week out. It means the world to me. I want you to go out there, do something awesome. If you're in the US, go do something awesome for the rest of the day. If you're one of my friends from overseas, go do something awesome tonight and the weekend. Stay awesome, whether you're on the red side or the blue side or still deciding. Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.